Hello and good morning, everyone. It's me, Susan Kumar Lamichane. Uh, as in the previous videos, we talked about different Ielts sections and what to do and what not to do. And previously, uh, we talked about listening. So today we are going to talk about speaking section. And when we say Ielts speaking, a lot of students are pretty much worried about the speaking test, since the test is done physically, or it is just like a face-to-face conversation between you and the examiner. So uh, you need to have a lot of practice. The first thing is that you need to have a lot of practice, and the good thing about speaking is that it is basically like old is gold. If you have a good look at the questions from book 10 to book 18, then you have a pretty much good chance of having those old questions. So practice is the key. So talking about the speaking test, if you do really well in this test, the total time for speaking is around 15 to 17 minutes if you speak really well. And when I say speaking, to speak, the first thing you need to do is listen to the question. So we talked about listening in the last section. So work on your listening, because if you understand the question, then only you will be able to respond. And the judging criteria for speaking is your fluency and coherence, the pronunciation, the grammar, and the vocabulary. So you will be judged on the basis of these four criteria. And in the speaking section, you have like three parts. The part one, in part one, there are basic questions or the questions related about you. Here you do not need to explain a lot, but you need to give the answers related with why or why not on what you have just spoken. And the second part, the part two, is a kind of a monologue, or let's say it's a cue card section where you'll have 1 minute preparation time and you will be speaking for 1 to 2 minutes. So my suggestion here is cover all the guiding questions and speak for at least 1 minute and 30 seconds. And the major point gainer section is the part 3 section, which we call the discussion topics. Here there will be two sections and you will be dealing with the questions on the basis of the questions that you discussed in part 2. So here you need to have sorted elaborative answer. So basically when you are speaking in part 3, try to explain the format of idea, explanation, and give examples wherever it is relevant. And when speaking, students ask whether we have to tell the truth or make a story. So I suggest whatever you feel comfortable in. If you want to tell the truth and you are comfortable explaining it, then you can tell the truth. Or if you have hard time telling the truth and you do not know the elaboration points, then you can make a story. So for speaking, your tone, your voice, your appearance, your positive attitude, and lots of practice. And when I say practice, the practice with feedback. And for that you can visit us, or if you want to practice at your home, you have the word questions, have access to the word question, and start speaking. And when I say speaking, look in front of the mirror and start practicing, and have all your speaking practice recorded so that you can have a proper review, so that you can check your fluency, you can check your pronunciation, you can check your grammar, and you can check your vocabulary. So for the speaking section, practice is the key, and the practice with proper feedback, with proper record,